Hey, and we're telling everybody that you love on the internet. What a dummy I am! What a dummy I am! I entered the multiverse and I broke the internet. So that was my fault, everybody. I'm hoping for those of you that might see this or might be notified that hey, there's a new stream. I'm popping up live. This is part 2. I am even using the wrong camera at this point. Ay, ay, ay. What a disaster this whole. And then I lost my audio. It's just one of those nights, everybody. I mean, we are having a blast. Maybe we're just having too much fun. That's personally what I think, is that we just had too much fun. What's going on, guys? Thank you for getting the notification and coming. I'm just rambling on now. Eric is, yeah. Thanks, everybody. Oh my God, I heard the auto cut. Yep. Yeah, it was. So it was my own fault because I was cracking myself up with the whole multiverse thing, but then I realized that the echoing, and when I went to leave on my phone, I actually ended this stream. So good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Eric is going to be joining us. I sent him the link, so he will be coming back on. I'm hoping soon. Let's see. I'm going to copy and send it over instant just in case as well. So let me get back going because hey, we're having a good time. We're having a great time. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are having a great time. And I wanted to get through the rest of this, and we're having a blast. And I just feel so silly. But them's are the breaks, right? That we re-roll with it. And I am now going to pop through. So this is my Yimbo recap. So there's Super Yimbo coming in as my partial McFarlane, representative, but also I really like this figure. My number 9 is Outback. Old Man Outback, not the young man Outback, which I'm on the fence about buying, but I probably will because of how much I love this figure. There's my Turtles in Disguise. Leonardo came in at number 8, although, again, if I want to cheat, I could say he just kind of represents all of my turtle cartoon guys. Oh no, I didn't want to jump ahead. All right, you know what? Well, I already saw him, but let me see. Round 2. Let's see. He's still not in. Come on, Eric, get back here. And then he accident. Okay, so I sent it to him. He will be popping in. He'll be coming back to join us. So you know what? This gives me a great opportunity. Round 2 fight. I love that. It was Cody. It was the Yimbo Apocalypse. All right. So in my number 7, you already got to see him, but I've talked about it in the past. It's my Daredevil. Now, my one critique when Eric pops back in is the fact that he does not have a Matt Murdock head sculpt. They gave us 2 with Bullseye. They gave us 2 with Elektra. Why not Matt? But that's the big thing. Now, I was really torn, and I almost pulled the thing that Eric and I were talking about. I almost said, well, it's good. It's really like Daredevil and Renew Your Vows Spidey. But like I said, to be honest, I'm not going to put Renew Your Vows Spidey on over the Amazing Fantasy or the animated Buck. But I did with Daredevil. Oh, here's Eric. I'm going to add him in here now. All right, my man. We did it. And guys are back. Our friends are back. They realized and they wanted to let us finish. So thank you, everybody, for rejoining us. Eric, I was going through real fast my 7th spot because I've talked about this set before. And I did end up picking this Legends over a Spidey. And it's honestly just because, like I said, I had 2. I was overrun with Spider-Man this year, which is a good thing. I love this. My favorite character. But I was torn. I'm like, do I need it was going to be this. It was going to be this, or I was going to be like, well, it's actually these 2. And then Eric would have been like, come on, man, you're cheating. I just said,
my rules. My rules are my rules. You don't have to play by my criteria.
Well, this is what I got to show. I'm going to pull this out for a second because I guess it's kind of similar. But man, I love these accessories. I love that they made this softer so you can get all of that. And he just looks fantastic. He really is just. And I don't have a comic book Daredevil. So I have the Shadowland, but it's just excellent. And the Renew Your Vows Buck was my favorite Spider-Man Buck until these 2 came out. So it's it doesn't mean that this is a bad base, it's just that I like these a little bit better, but I love this figure. And I played with him like a whole week, just like when they came in. And I want to keep shooting him. Like I actually took him down from a pose in my Dio with Renew Your Vows Spidey. So anyway, that's my number 7 pick. You had 0 legends on your list, right?
I don't own any.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you definitely like, yeah, no, you do not like Papa Hasbro. Right? Is that the DT? The Papa Hasbro, is that what you're telling me before?
Yeah, Papa Hasbro.
Yeah.
It's in the Magic community. Like that's what they.
That's too
because the way they print cards, it's like they print their own money with. But that's different video, different hobby.
Yeah, no, that'll be another another day in time. All right, so while I have this up, Eric, right because we talked about your 7, right?
Yes.
So here is now, we'll go into my number 6 spot. And here's my Mezco representative. It is Atticus Doom. So I went with him over my Spider-Man 2099, partially due to the fact, like I said, that I already have... Oh, wait, I didn't even do it. I'm such a knucklehead. I am like losing it today. There we go, number 6, Atticus Doom. I had it up. So I have his jacket off right now because it's the only way you can use this like magic effect. So I basically, Eric, if you remember me opening the set up,
yeah, like,
there's just a lot to it. There's so much. So I literally have this. Look at all these accessories. Now, a bunch of them he originally came with. Like this is a lot of stuff. And I did have to buy the magic pack, and I didn't have to, but I did. So it is like a little bit of double accessories. But man, like he's just so cool. And I knocked him down only because I've only shot him a couple of times. Like at the end of the day, because he's a real Rumble Society guy, I've also been struggling coming up with ideas to shoot my Mezco characters, like my Rumble Society people. Vapor is the only one that will just come naturally to me. But every single other one I look and I'm like, I want to shoot them. And then I come up blank. So I really like Atticus.
Start playing with them, seeing what they can do. And then it's like, oh, this would be awesome.
Yeah, I know. So that's going to be eventually. And I don't know. So I'm definitely excited because this is why I wanted him out too. I wanted him on my list. So rather than tub him and like put him in a drawer, I want him out, like obnoxiously staring at me, like, when are you going to shoot me more? So that's my goal. So
you're gonna have the wife do like Elf on the Shelf and just like hide him randomly in your house.
Oh, just start putting it with
when you're running out of toilet paper and you're reaching in the cabinet to get a new roll. There he is.
This is his little squid hand. I'm gonna wake up one day. She's like stroking my ear. I hope not. She better not. Because I worry about those Mezco pegs. So no, I don't want her to. I gotta be very careful. So that's my number 6. And Eric, my computer is. I don't know if I want to push it. So why don't we talk about number 6 before? I think the jumping back and forth. I broke it.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know, it's my own fault. Ugh.
So this was I believe this was mine.
Yeah.
So we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles do the crossover with Universal Monsters. Mm-hmm. Michelangelo. Detailing is insane. All the detail on the shell, on the belt. They really went for the whole like Egyptian pharaoh type thing. His nunchuck are like little ankhs.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's like metal, it's metal chains on the plastic, right? So it's got a few sets of hands. I don't have the alternate head on me, but if you're a if you follow the turtles, the head is literally if you know, you know.
With there's all teeth, right? It's like the gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically they're paying homage to all the Henson puppets, all the Muppets. They get lost over time, and people find them, and they're usually in a state of decay. They found one of them, and all of the latex around the mouth was missing, and all you saw was the teeth. So they used that as the mummy head sculpt for the alternate head.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
I showed that in the video. I don't have all the accessories with me. These little wraps here. that they literally just sit on the ankle.
Oh, neat.
But when you're posing them, looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
The straps, the what do you call it, like the mummy wraps, they're actually like molded, but they're loose enough
Okay.
that they kind of move. They kind of feel leathery. Like they just went all out with this, and this figure actually encouraged me to open the rest of the line.
Okay.
But I really was just kind of like, have to have it, and then you don't open it, and I had to open them all, and then I was just let down with all of them. They're cool. They all have unique things. Like Leo's got the shell that opens and like the brains and stuff inside. Like, they're all cool.
Yeah.
This one, like, because he's so small and he doesn't have weird body, like the mold, like the elbows, the arms, like everything is kind of like the movie Turtles or the regular ones. He's not big and bulky and weird like Raphael and Leo. And it's they use like this gummy plastic. So like there's no worrying about, am I gonna snap this? Like some of the older figures, you felt like it's too big.
Right.
So that's it.
It's a good one. That's a good pick. I was able to resist those just because like it's one of those things. It's just I respect.
You will not resist
Universal horror. Yeah, I just it's never been like my lane, It's like the Universal horror stuff. I think it's awesome, and I have no friends and people like you, like many people that like are into it. For me, it wasn't enough to get another set of turtles for me. That was it. But it's amazing. I mean, like NECA that's another company though that has just killed it this year. Like I really think that they've done such a bang up job. Their accessories are on par or closer to like a Mezco level than anything, like they're great. They're so good.
Like I think in terms of what you get for what you pay, they're definitely one of the better companies.
Yeah.
As prices keep going up and people keep skimming on accessories, NECA's doing it too, but I still feel like you get more for that price.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is that they've gone head over heels with Turtles. And I'm a big Turtle fan. I'm in a Turtle collab. I pretty much get everything. But it's like I do miss their horror figures. I would like to see new things. Like I know some people don't like the horror, but like I do want to see like Killer Clowns from Outer Space or the Terrifier or some new IP addresses that aren't caught up in limbo and courts for legalities. Like we're not going to get any like Mike Myers and Voorhees and Freddy until all this litigation ties up, and it's like they're very strict on what they can do. They can only get the new movies, and like that's whatever. But like I want to see newer stuff. Like it seems like they just replaced that with old Turtles, and it's kind of like they've become the new Playmates where all they have is Turtles, and it's like
interesting.
Like, you're kind of alienating your fans by doing like 70% Turtles and 30% other stuff. I get that it's a cash cow, and I get that they make money off it, and they can invest in other things. But like I want to see, instead of investing it in another wave of Turtles, like invest it into something different that we haven't seen.
I'm with you. I mean, see, you're more up on the NECA release news than I've been. So, like, what's their next direction? Have they announced like where they're going with their figures in 2020? I mean, they did more Turtles, right? It was that big checklist, right? Another visual checklist. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they haven't really. I mean, they spoiled, not spoiled, but they like previewed like a Krampus figure for holiday season 2022, and I kind of went, and it wasn't out. I know they do stuff with like their Toonie Terrors or something, like, and they get things you can't get. There's so many different lines, but like Back to the Future ended, like from what I've been told.
That's over now? Like, because that was a nice, fun line, and I never found like the future doc that I wanted to get. I kind of avoided the Biffs. But like I thought it was
people like you that killed it.
It wasn't me though. Like I bought a few of these. I wanted more. I couldn't find them. That's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't find them. And then like even like the all the different Biffs. like I kept seeing the one original 50s one, but again, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't need.
I mean, like, I don't know if they've been discontinued. I'm just like when I'm reading the group chats or like, when NECA put something up, it just
Yeah.
seems like it didn't take off, or they've milked it as far as they can get. Like they can't get likenesses to was it Crispin Glover? Or I forget his something Crispin.
Oh yeah, that guy. Right. The guy,
Yeah,
the
they
dad,
can't
Marty's
get
dad.
likeness to him. They can't get likeness to some other people. So when you're dealing with movies,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get their likenesses. It kind of kills the line. And how many Martys are they going to make? And how many, you know?
That's true. I mean, like they're definitely like they don't need any more Mortys. That's for sure. I have 3 of them. Like I don't need another Morty. All right. So yeah, Toy Attic is with you too. He wants a pumpkin head. He wants an
Yeah,
ultimate Candyman.
that'd be awesome.
Jay said seeing the turtle suits rot like that in pictures made me sad, dude. I remember seeing those too. Very sad. Yep, that's Cody said the rotting prop Fred. Yep. And he's a fan too. Mummy Mikey's so good. Yeah. See, I just wish I was into it. It's one of those lines. I look at the pictures and I look at the figures. It's like that's amazing. But that's okay because then I get to pick other stuff. So Eric, here we go. Number 5. And then I'm going to still try to play your reels at the end, but I'm going to try to spare my computer the processing power for that. All right, so here we go. In my 5th spot, Rorschach. So this is my ink blot.
Technically, it's ink blot.
Technically ink blot. You are correct. I have him again in my own little like Tupperware thing. I just posted a picture of him. I was so excited to get to shoot him because he's somebody that like I took a couple shots right. I was so eager and I was so into him. And then, more toys kept coming in and he got binned up and put away. What's up?
He got shifted to the back of the show.
He did. So like in this discussion, this is why I was really happy to like have this. Like I was talking to like Colton's Comics. Colton is awesome and he ended up parting ways with him. But then Terrell Comics, we just did I hope I said that right, but we just did a Rorschach collab. He's really awesome. And it was fun to like get him out of it because I'm going to say it again. Like, when are we going to get another Watchmen figure this good? Like a figure from this set. Like, I hope we get few more characters, but I mean, Rorschach was my favorite just in terms of like the movie and the comic book. He's awesome. He's just the killer Batman.
We got to get Mr. Manhattan with the ding-a-ling.
I mean, maybe that'd be funny too. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not going to get more of these. And Watchmen, like, I love that movie. I mean, the graphic novel, but I love that movie. I had the poster up. I can quote so many. I just love it. So that's my number 5. So Eric, hit us up. What's your number 5?
I forget the order. I believe this is number 5.
Oh, here I can confirm on your reels. I'm still getting there. Let's see. Well, your show. Let's see. I'm on a different tab now. So let's see. Yep, 8, 7 Rock, 6 Mikey, 5 Hulk. You are right on there, man. So
so this is again figure, but because it's a bigger figure, like the articulation is so smooth.
Yeah.
Like, full ab crunch. You got this is one of those figures that you could just accidentally pose him in a good fighting stance without even like meaning to. Like he's like just so easy. It's like you don't even have to try. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe it's the bigger scale, but I absolutely love this figure. The only thing I don't like is the hands. You get a set of fists, and you get a set of like open hands. But the open hands are so big, because it's the Hulk. Right. You really can't do things like in battle stances with other people. Like you can't grab their wrists, or you can't grab their legs, or you can't, like puny god. Like you can't like do stuff like that because the hand is just too big. But other than that, like I think that aside from coming light on the accessories, they killed it. The shading on the muscles, the sculpting on the muscles. It's just he's got is it 2 other heads? I think he's got 2 other heads. So it's just freaking amazing. Just so easy to pose. He's fun. I don't have to worry. Like some of the others, like you'll notice, like put them in a pose for a photo, and I left them like that.
Yeah.
And I just, like even Doctor Strange, they kind of sit like that. I don't touch them again until I feel like I want to do another pose, and then I pose them up.
Right.
Like, whatever, just put them on the shelf, like whatever. It just works.
Yeah. Well, dude, I told you, I think on your reel, I was like, oh, I have the battle for New York, or like the Avengers Assemble. It's whatever, like, and that one, not to make you jealous, but does come with, I think you knew this, like the articulated hand. So it's the fist, the open, but then it has one where you can move, and it's definitely, it's come in handy. Like I had a shot, this is back when we were doing a thing with figure battles and this whole like avenging bat. And I have a thing where Hulk is throwing Batman by his feet. And I was only able to do that because of those gripping hands. Yeah. So I understand. I love my Hulk so much. Everything you're saying, it's a great Hulk
that you have is the one that I wanted to get.
Okay.
But when it came down to like pricing, because they're both older figures, this one was I just felt like it was a better value because you got extra heads that didn't come with the other one, and it was less expensive at the time that I was looking to buy. So I just went with it because it was kind of like less expensive, extra heads. I'll make it work. Yeah. But I wish that I had those grippy hands. And
dude, you should look. Have you checked on eBay already, like for that? Because I bet if you look, there's somebody that is the opposite of your thinking. Like, I don't need these stupid articulated hands. Like, it's just going to sit on my shelf and do this or this. I'm telling you. Check it.
I mean, I'll check it out. But I do want to say, like, that this is, like, where I started to get introduced to The Amazing.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, well, what is the difference between this Hulk and the other Hulk? And I would, type it in, and he came up. And next thing you know, like, I'm looking at all of his videos to verify all of my purchases before I make them.
Dude, I still have to catch up, but he posted a ton of new stuff. He did a top 10 video, and he was laughing about it on Twitter that I guess he never did. This is his first time ever doing a top 10, so I definitely have to go back and watch his stuff. Oh, love The Amazing. But that's too funny. So our boy Storybook, Jace loves that Hulk.
Yeah.
I think I remember, he's taken a lot of awesome shots with it. Machu. That newer Hulk was on sale during Black Friday, and it was cheaper than the Infinity War Hulk. Black Friday, all right. So it's just a matter of keeping eyes out for stuff.
Like I missed it, but Big Bad had one of the new Harley Quinn figures. It's like $40.
Oh, I know, dude. I've seen that as low as like I bought that figure from GameStop this summer for like $40 or $45, and I was like, "What a steal!" I've seen now, even on Amazon, like the Birds of Prey Harley, this figure arts was like $25. And I'm like, do I just to get it? I'm like, no, I don't need another Harley.
I did the same thing. And I was like, dude, it's the figure arts for $25. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because there's a reason why it's $25.
Right.
Nobody wants it. It's freaking ugly. I'm never gonna shoot it. It is the worst attire of the character.
Yes.
I don't want it. Like, just save my money for something I want. Just because it's, on clearance or just below clearance doesn't mean I have to jump. There's a reason why that figure is not selling.
I'm with you, dude. I'm glad you and I both were able to stay firm. Machu says, keep an eye on Amazon or even GameStop. It will go on sale there. So that's good. All right. So keep an eye out. And definitely check it out. I'm telling you, if you just
think of GameStop when it comes to figures until you do your video where you walked there with the gift card and walked out with the whole basket full of toys. And I don't normally think of GameStop as that, so I don't really get any updates. I depend on Yimbo for those updates.
That's perfect. That's why I get to do this, right? I went into one with my daughter the other day and was asking if they had the 50% off because it's before New Year's. And the guy was in a mall, so it was a mall GameStop. And he's like, no, it's just 20% off of the clearance. And I'm like, man, I just went to mine yesterday. It was 50%. I was like, I didn't want to get into it. So I was just like, that's okay. I'll save my money. All right. But yes, you should be checking your GameStop.
They never advertise. Like some of the stores near me never advertise their sales. They don't have signed out.
Well, see, I was that guy that when I started really buying these things, I did the pro rewards, so I spent like the 50. Actually, Dan and I split it. We were alternating who gets the $5 coupon each month. So that's how we were pulling it off, the captain and I. But now I've kept it going because I like that $5 discount, and then I get the emails. So that's how I find those things out right away. All right, so that's I love that ink blot again. Who else? I think it was Cody saying that. There it is. Unlicensed toys, yeah, really popped off. China's going ham on their own figures, and I love it. It's so true. 5K toys makes me want to spend more money, and I've been holding firm so far. But there's a lot of cool stuff. Like there's the new like a Heath Ledger Joker that's about to drop soon. That looks amazing, and I'm like, but I have the.
I gotta check that one out.
But it's not. But it has cloth goods, and it has everything. Like he has the pin from the dynamo, like the jacket dynamo, like it has the string. It's the accessories are insane. I don't know. It has like 4 head sculpts. So like the Mayflex.
How do they scale though with like Figuarts and Hasbro and NECA?
They're Mezco size. Like where did I just put? Because they're on there it is next to Deadpool. Like they're straight up the same. Yeah. So it's a Mezco Legends size scale, I guess, is the best way to put it. But anyway, so that was my ink blot, and I agree. Like, this is going to be very interesting. I think I will be making a lot more like third party or 5K purchases. I could see that doing that, like holding off and maybe using my toy budget for a month on like something from there, as opposed to a lot of just me going to Target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Eric, this is my shocker for myself. No one else. I mean, like. Maybe it's shocking. I don't know. I thought this figure was going to easily be my top figure. And it really could be. But last year I had my Mafex Peter B. Parker come in at my top figure of the year. And this is better. Like, I like this one more. He's wearing the Mafex cloth goods. Although 5K also started selling like for $25 around 25, 30, like their own set of Peter B. Parker clothing for the Sentinel figures. So this is my Sentinel. It came with the gargoyle. It's still probably my favorite. Like, I think Sentinel, out of the figures I have, which is only a few, it's Pete, Miles, and the Spider Robot. I love them. Like, I think Sentinel, as they put out more stuff, is going to be officially like my favorite toy company. I can't tell you how smooth. Like, this is the smoothest. It's a joy to pose, Eric. Like, it is like butter. And the head skull. I mean, like, I love him. I love this figure. But he came in at 4 when I was finally juggling it around. So I think it's, like I said, Spider-Man. Maybe I think a little Spider-Man fatigue too, because I literally have so many new ones from this year. And I used them a ton. Like, I use this guy all the time. I think part of it, like maybe what Machu pointed out, the fact that it was like it wasn't last January for me, but the fact that he's been around for a little while, I think did kind of drop him down my list. And you'll see when I get into talking about my top 3. So that's my 4. To me, that was my biggest shocker, that wasn't my top figure, even though it could be tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be.
Well, I hear that's like the best Spider-Man figure to date. I mean, that's just what I'm hearing from people who have multiple companies or multiple Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, this is when I say that, like, this Spider-Man is my perfect pocket figure Spider-Man. I absolutely love this guy because he's going to be more resilient. Like, I wouldn't want to just throw him in a bag, but I could throw him in a bag. He could take abuse. I would be very nervous about this, but he is solid. When I go, it's like, it is so, like, doing the Val Venus. Hey, ladies, right? It's so
hello, ladies.
It's so good. And you can instantly, like, I'm just doing that, and it's like, beautiful picture, like, it's the posing you can get.
Just like I was saying with the Hulk, it's like, you don't have to do much.
Machu's cracking me up right now because I remixed one of his reels where he did the da 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 da, and then I had to do this trumpet's over there. Machu, it's still in the cafe, dude. I left it across my room. And he is smoother than Figuarts in terms of joints, dude. This is the smoothest. Sentinel's making the smoothest jointed action figures in my.
I haven't heard anyone complain about that figure.
It's fantastic. And like I said, this is more of where it caught me as I was putting the list together. Really, this is now my top 4. It could interchange. I know that's not the case with you. So where is your number 4?
Very definitive.
Very definitive. Number 4.
Scientifically calculated.
Jace, you need that figure, bro. Yes, you need to find it. And get the one with the gargoyle was more expensive, but I literally use it all the time. It's the coolest. Yeah. It's so big. I would be using
that in, like Batman shots.
That's why I was doing my like city protector. Like I have this whole just doing like the hero overlooking the city. I've done it with a million different people because it's perfect for it. It's perfect. So anyway, coming in at number 4 for Autumn Night.
Number 4 is the Figuarts Iron Man Mark 6. It's Mark 6. Nice. So this figure is amazing.
So that's the Battle for New York, right? That's the Avengers Assemble.
No, this is some Mark 6. They didn't give like a movie.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was attached to one of the things because the Battle for New York. So does that have battle damage on it?
So this one here, the chest plate comes off.
Okay, I'll solo you in for a second. There we go.
This is hard to do on camera.
Oh, sorry. See, now you know how I feel every week when I'm like, oh no.
But yeah, the chest plate comes off, and there's of course I don't have the accessories with me.
Oh, right. That's my fault.
There's a battle damage chest plate and a battle damage face plate that I go over in the video that people can check out later.
Yeah, no, please. I'm going to remind, you know what? This is a perfect time to remind everybody. If you don't follow Autumn Night, or if you don't follow each other from the chat or whatever, just go follow these people because they're all awesome. But yeah, Eric, really, like you've already been seeing like what I think is really high quality of your Reels production. Like you did a really fantastic job, and you could tell you put a lot of thought and care into what you did with the edits and presentation. It wasn't the same.
Like I remember one of them took me 2 hours to make it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Because it's like you told me about CapCut. That's like what I'm using. Like, you want to have a sticker or an overlay. You have to time when it comes in, when it fades out, how long it's on the screen. You got to change the text of the fonts. You got to, it's like everything is so tedious. Yeah. So back to number 4.
Yeah, sorry.
He's got I think it's 10 blaster effects. So each hand has 2. He's got, there's so much to go on this figure. So, I'm also not used to using my camera.
No, it's okay.
So the forearm comes off.
Okay.
Like this one's got, I don't know if you can tell, it's got guns on it.
Ooh,
but the regular one doesn't. So the forearm comes off. The piece on his hand, on his wrist guard comes off. And if you can tell, there's the
rocket.
There's a little nub here for like a gun, and a laser beam can be attached to it. They also have one where it doesn't have the laser beam.
Nice.
So it's like everything is so interchangeable. You've got 2 pieces on the shoulder, which the regular version doesn't have anything, but then you can have, there's a blaster here, there's little guns here. Like, it just, there are so many interchangeable parts. Like, everything becomes a gun at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And the feet are actually steel or metal or something, so it balances really well. The battle damage parts, like this, just has so much that you can do with it. That I just felt like, this was one of the first ones I got. And usually when I don't get Figuarts a lot, but when I do, I tend to base it on how many accessories they have, because that's a deciding factor. Extra heads, extra hands, extra, the fact that he's got little wrist guards that can go on, and then I can plug in pink laser beams, like when he's doing his little right? Like, that's a factor. They didn't have to give us guns on the wrists, but the whole forearm comes out. You put a new forearm in, you plug the hand in, you can pick the guard, there's different hands. So some of them have the blaster painted on, and some of them have a peg that you can plug. So there's so many different options.
Right. Dude, I will tell you, the other day, like a week or so ago, what was the last Amazon sale? Maybe it was the pre-Christmas sale or whatever. Just recently, That's why I keep saying the Battle of New York one, because it's the Battle Dam. It might be that one that I'm thinking of, right? With the two, is that with the two lasers that can also go out, where you could do like that circle spin, like I think that might be it. I don't know. They have two that are close, but my point is, I have been keeping this in my cart for like a year plus now because I wanted, but I always look at how many Iron Man figures I have, and I stop myself. But you know what? I have some gift cards. I might have to do it, dude. Like that is infinite photography possibilities with all of those accessories.
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
Just having all those different blasters. It even comes with there's blasters that go on his boots. So if you want to do flight right. shot, and the head is articulated enough that you can get that flight pose.
Which is, you need it. You need it. That's great.
You need that for an Iron Man figure.
Yeah. So you might be pushing me to use my Amazon gift card money on that figure. I don't know, man. Oh, it's so... I might... It's, you know what's funny? I have the Diamond Select now, Iron Man, so he's a little bit bigger in scale than the Legends. So I might as well just get that one and just be a little bit tiny. It'll be a Hall of Armor of different...
Well, that's one thing in my deciding factor. Like I said before, all I did was turtle shots and horror shots, and I had no comic book characters. I had no superheroes, and I'm like, I need superheroes. How can you be in the figure photo community and not have superheroes? And one of the deciding factors on committing to Figuarts was they have licenses to Marvel and DC, and I can have them in the same scale.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just kind of like a no-brainer. Like,
yeah.
To me,
now you've been like, even though you got inundated with like, you know, like the Turtles this year, not like all of, you know, like, but I know that you were feeling that pressure at one point. I mean, like, ultimately, you've done a really good job of like, you literally have, it really is like your NECA stuff and your wrestling stuff and your figure. That's how I view your collection. I don't know if is that pretty accurate? Pretty much it. Yeah, you've stayed, like, that's really
There's
good.
No money to go in any other lanes.
You've been very disciplined. That is where the toy dabbler kind of kicks me in the butt a little bit sometimes, because then I'm on the fence, or I can't make a decision as to what figure I want with these, you know, gift card money, because I'm looking at 15 different ones and I can't make my mind up. But
I like to pick what works and then stick with it.
I hear, dude, you've got a good system going. I'm telling you. So here's my personally shocking number 4, Peter B. Parker from Sentinel. Again, I love it. This could easily be number 1. But now here we go, number 3 for Yimbo. Buzz Lightyear. I know he came in at number 1 for a lot of people. Alan Rappa is a fantastic dude, and he has him at his top 1, and he did this awesome shot with him up on a podium. I genuinely do love this figure so much, and it's a Figuarts. It's a Figuarts, Eric. Have you had any Toy Story? I mean, I know that this is the movie Buzz. I use him like the Toy Story Buzz. I don't care.
Oh, I've seen the charts. You've got your money out of him.
Yeah, I've been having some fun with him. I took this shot Christmas morning of that I was meant to post today, and I just didn't get around to, because I spent, just like Cody was saying, Too Much Toy News was saying, short videos can take a shocking amount of time. That video, I posted a reel this today of like recapping all the interviews that I've been able to hold this year, thanks to guys like you, you know, spending time with me. That's awesome. And that took about 2 hours too. But that's also, I was like making pancakes and mac and cheese for my kids at the same time while trying to tweak that. And then every single time, Daddy, where's my Pokemon? Daddy. Like, it was a lot of me trying to like do a thing while also having all of my attention on twins.
So do you use the voiceover feature when you're doing the videos?
Today, what I had to do was download. I know I saw Plastic in Action. That account's also, he's a stop motion guy. And Plastic in Action. Oh, no, he's the big stop motion community member. And I know he just did one, so I screen recorded his reel to get the sound. I just like, I could probably have done this faster, but then I exported that sound into CapCut so I could time it, like the different changes, and then I exported it and then had to like select the sound in the
But I mean, like in your when you talk about
Oh, voiceover stuff? Like,
yeah, like when you do your videos to promote like a live that was already done, like do you
oh,
voiceover feature or
I've
have you ever
used it.
used that?
Yeah, I've used it. Or a lot of times too, I'll just record myself talking for like 3 minutes about a thing, and then I have to go through and just chop up the good parts or
So
like take out which things I'm going to
that
use.
that's what took the most time. Like I literally like here's a figure, ooh, right, boom. I
Yeah.
got like whatever I can, in there I can time it so if I want to speed it up to make it end quicker, or if I want to make it go slower to stretch it out. But it was the audio
Yeah.
because I had to fit everything I needed to say in. And it's
Yep.
like I'm hitting the button to do voiceover, and then it's like, okay, I got what I need to say, and I do it again and do it again. And sometimes like I would stumble over words, and there'd be like tongue twisters, like when you're trying to say like battle damage New York, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like you start stumbling over words. Like I mean, when you get into the next one, there's combat cold cuts, and that's kind of a tongue twister. And trying
Mm-hmm.
to say that like combat cold, and I was like, is it cold cut combat? But yeah, it was the audio was the worst, I think,
It's
because
I hear you, dude. It's again, there's nothing that's like nothing is super difficult, but nothing's also like easy with any of the stuff that we want to do with this.
it
Um,
would be easy if I didn't care. If I
right.
was
Well, that's
just
the
like,
thing. We want to put out good stuff, or what we hope is good for
yeah,
as long as we think it's good, that's the most important thing. And then if other people enjoy it, awesome. Um, do you have any interest? Where is your interest level on Buzz? Do you have any? Being that it's figure arts, or do you just it's not your jam or
I mean, I didn't,
storyline?
but I keep seeing all these cool shots, and it makes me every time it pulls me back in, and I'm like, eh.
Well, I'm just gonna point out a couple things because again, based on the figure art stuff, and I know I've gone into I think a longer one with this, but he has the little port here on the side for his holster and gun. This back peg part ports out, and that's where you can put in either the sheath for his laser sword or the rocket pack. I love this thing, and I just wanted to point out to everyone if you ever find any of the Buzz Lightyear movie cheaper merch, like the Target merch, if you can still find any on clearance anywhere, those accessories scale beautifully with the Buzz. So you automatically for like a $20 purchase, which again I talked about. Here's this one. That's the set that it was from, this 2-pack one, and he's a little bit. No, he's significantly taller than. Well,
Wow.
that's definitely like big brother, little brother. There we go. So there's the figure arts scale, as we know. But these accessories, I still think work beautifully. So just as a little fun fact, if you did not realize or think of it, like you can probably get these things for dirt cheap now, and they're great, and they're all movie specific. See, like they're awesome. Whoop. As I drop everything, I'm gonna lose my mind. All right, moving on, Eric. As I just lose all the hands everywhere down here. Naturally, it's just one of those nights. It's this, you know what? Happy 2023, everyone. You know, who wanted to start off this year perfect? Not me. We're just doing the best that we can.
You want to start low so that
Yeah.
it gets better. You don't want it to get worse.
Oh wait, so where's your number 3, right? We gotta do number 3?
Number 3.
Oh, that's right.
Not a figure, but I mean, if we go through.
Oh, I totally supported this. Like this was a beautiful idea. You're right. You made me so angry that I passed. Like I'm thinking now, I'm like yelling at myself on the couch. I remember looking for that whole month of pre-orders open, and literally the last day, like what a dummy! Why didn't I do that? Ugh. So how is it amazing? I mean, it's everything. It's your third spot.
This is number 3. I mean, I don't want to dump everything out on my keyboard, but the sculpts of the faces are incredible. You get like 80s style computer. You get a paper goods pizza box it's got deco on the inside and out. You got a
Jeez, hold on,
briefcase
let me
that's
solo you.
open.
You gotta show this off. Holy macaroni! Ninja Rap is born. God,
this is
like you were saying,
this is top 3. So if you want
paper, like you have so many versions of, like you were pointing out, like there's so many different types of accessories in there, all different, and they're all wonderful.
If you want, like that's number 3. I don't know if you want to play the video for number 3.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's check this out. All right, so I'm gonna switch over. There we go.
I figured that would be easier than me pulling every piece out.
No, I agree. So everybody, let me just do a quick disclaimer. If we bug out and lose this again, Eric and I will have to just, we'll just jump in. I'll talk to him, and we'll have to do a special Monday night quick. Maybe it'll be like a Toy Talk episode. Yeah, we'll do our top 2. This is just in case, before I hit the share button, if my computer blows up in front of me. Okay. Love you guys. Here we go. Share. All right. Number 2. Wait, no. Number 3. Here we go.
Oh, it is number 3. Yeah,
number 3.
All right, guys, we've made it to the top 3. Second and third place are actually a tie. Third place is going to go to the NECA TMNT Secret of the Ooze accessory pack. Sticking with the same point system, starting off with likeness and deca. First up, we have 5 alternative head scans. Each of the brothers is going to get himself an alternative head scan. In addition, NECA includes a version of Raphael with tape over his mouth from when he was captured. The highly detailed deco continues into the rest of the item. You can see all the individual buttons on the keyboard. The popcorn has just enough shading to look 3D. The retro keyboard and computer look authentic to the aesthetic of the period. We even finally get a broken ooze vial. And Donnie's bow mop. We get a cardboard pizza box and 4 molded slices of pizza. There's even a replica newspaper that's printed on both sides. We also get a chocolate bar and 2 bags of potato chips. Let's just face it, the likeness and deco in this set is a 10 out of 10 stars. Moving on to articulation, we get a retro-style suitcase that can open and is molded on the inside and out. Pre-mutated Raza has his head on a ball joint. The jaw for pre-mutated Toka is on a hinge. NECA even included a retro-style payphone with removable receiver. This is going to give articulation a total of 2 out of 10. Moving on to accessories, well, I mean, this is an accessory set, so it's getting 10 out of 10. The reusability of these accessories is going to get a 10 out of 10 for enjoyment with an overall score of 32.
All right, guys, we've made Eric, you're killing me. I can't believe I didn't get that.
Like, I just feel like this it's got so much, like, when you play video games, it's like replay value.
Yeah.
It's just replay value. Like, the amount of stuff.
Was it? Did you get this? You got the set of turtles too, the movie turtles, or you just got the accessories?
I got both.
Yeah. See, okay, so that was my whole thing. Like, I wanted both, and then I was like, okay, what if I just got the accessory set? And then, like, I know that the colors aren't like perfect to the first movie, but I was like, I could swap the heads, And then I think if it was just the accessory, I think that I was like the shipping. I talked myself out of like, oh, I don't want to pay the shipping. You're making me so FOMO'd, but that's okay.
This is my philosophy when it comes to that. Nobody likes to pay shipping.
Yeah, I know.
But I hate going to Walmart. So whenever they put the movie stuff up, I look at the $15 flat rate shipping as a convenience fee.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't have to walk into Walmart, the fact that I don't have to waste gas, I don't have to hunt, and I don't have to be disappointed going in and finding nothing. But the accessory pack was an exclusive, so it was never going to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
So for me, I just looked at it as, how much is the accessory pack? I don't remember what it was, but whatever that price was, plus the $15 shipping, I'm like, is this worth it? And because I ended up getting the 4-pack at the same time, it was really $7 each for shipping. So it's like the more you get, you can kind of rationalize the shipping that it's only $7 per item. But if I get 4 things, then it's less. And if you get 1 thing, it's $15.
Well, hey, like I've been up. I've tried to be, with you and with everybody that tunes in. Like I try to be very upfront about like where I am with my collecting or how I'm feeling in the moment. So I bet if we go back to when that was, do you remember what month they had? When was that? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I think it was April, because they were doing this whole April thing, and it was like I think it was like they had haulathon in like the end of February into
Yeah.
March. I think this was the last time I was on your
Dude,
channel because
it was
spent the whole time
because you
talking
were on
about it.
March. You were in March, and then it came out,
Yeah.
and we were feeling that crunch of being
That's what it
beaten
was.
down by everything. And I think
Because,
that
like,
was it for me. I was just like, I think I was at my wits' ends. I couldn't, like, at that moment, I was at a, oh my God, like, what is happening? There's like so many things that were out, or
it's like haulathon hit targets in the last week of March, and then April 1st they had pre-orders for one of the tune sets, and then the next week they had another pre-order for one of the tune sets, and then the next week they had a pre-order for there was something else, I don't remember what. It was like 2 or 3 tune sets or something. Then it came out to, you had the movie, the 4-pack, and the accessories, and then the following week was the Turtle Van. And it was like from like March.
Did you pre-order
that? Maybe.
Well, that dude, that if anybody I know needs it, it would be you. So I went his tank. You went Turtle Van. Awesome. There you go. See, that's all you need. Yeah, that's gonna. Oh, dude, that's gonna be amazing. Cody's saying shipping is always a turn off for me too. It's just, I know. I understand what Eric's saying. It's true. I think it was, dude, that was like a really tough time. We were all feeling like,
because everyone was doing pre-orders at that time,
and there was so much. I bet we can literally go back. I could go back to that first. I don't know. I have to go check and check.
Don't let me go back.
There's just too many toys. Let's see. I pre-ordered. Oh, you got the turtle, the Super 7 van. Ooh, Cody, that's a good one. That's a good one too, man. I have the retro. It won't scale with any of my NECA stuff, but it's perfect for background stuff. I have that Playmates re-release, so that's what I need.
$30 at Walmart.
Yeah, that's what I did. But that was me, because again, his tank. So we all choose to where to blow our money. All right. Priorities. All right, so here we go. Well, this is queued up, Eric. I'm going to play your number 2.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, guys, we've made it to number 2, the WWE Mattel Ultimate NWO Macho Man. When it comes to likeness and deco, this figure is top-notch. The face looks just like Macho Man. The soft goods shirts are dead-on replicas. I really love the sculpting of the tassels along the boots and the tights. The outside surface of the figure is white and the inside is black, which makes the white pegs stand out along the black attire. Likeness and deco get an 8 out of 10 stars. That brings us up to articulation. Macho comes with a traditional ultimate articulation, which includes butterfly joint shoulders, double jointed elbows, and removable hands. This earns Macho an 8 out of 10 stars for articulation. Moving on to accessories, Macho includes an alternative set of hands, a removable bandana, a pair of sunglasses, but most importantly, he's got 2 additional head sculpts that are dead on. The weightlifting belt is removable, and he includes 2 seamless soft good shirts. Accessories get an 8 out of 10. What some people may not know is that this is an upgrade to a previously released ringside exclusive Elite figure. The only thing I don't like about this figure is that the sunglasses seem to hang on the end of his nose. When you compare him to the Elite, the glasses and bandana fit a lot better. This figure gets an 8 out of 10 stars for enjoyment with an overall score of 32. All right, guys.
That's a good figure, man. He's still in my box. He's still in the box for me. That's why.
Gotta open him.
I know. He's just in my set. I do have like I have a few Ultimates that I still have open, but he's one of them, man. He's awesome. He is super cool. I love those shirts.
You were excited about Baptista. The way you were excited about Baptista is how I was excited about this figure.
Yeah, man.
Like,
dude,
I didn't even know that he had like seamless soft good shirts, but the fact that it's printed on both sides, it's like this stretchy, spandexy material. It's
like a wetsuit. It's so cool. Like with the Stone Cold, I was like, is this the future? This is what they're doing? And then it's like, no, just they do it a little bit. I'm like, come on.
Is it in the budget?
Yeah. But
he came with 2. And what I did is I have the ringside one. And I have the ultimate, the ultimate, and I put the ringside one. I put the Madness one on the ringside,
right?
And then well, I guess they're both Madness. But thing about the ringside, the older Elite is I feel like the chest is more chiseled, So like this one kind of looks derpy a little bit.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
right.
like,
You were saying that the other day. Like you thought he filled out the shirt a little bit better, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
Macho at this point was like huge and thick, like like, and this just feels like he's just too thin. I think like for this time period. This is like when he had his debut body, and this is like WCW like
Sure, right.
yeah. The other thing is like this one has 3 head scans that are freaking amazing, but this one the bandana and the glasses seem to just fit better. They're just when you put them on here, like even without the bandana, it like
it looks they're big. Because I have the original, like that's why I've been slow to open this one, because like whenever I need a macho, I have the original Ultimate with the white jacket and the green streamers,
Yeah.
Those sunglasses and even the Hogan NWO fit great, but they're also like the little like triangular style. Yeah, the Oakley style, right? So
but
these
are like, if you're gonna pose this figure without the bandana and the glasses, this is definitely like I feel like I'm gonna use this in a lot of our like collaborations because again you get the buttery smooth joints, double jointed elbows, the removable hands. But I hate how it's Macho Man and we got these 2 hands that are the holding hands, and then we get the they're like I don't know what they are.
Eric, it's this. What do the 5 fingers say to the face?
It's more than that. Like it's the way they're sculpted,
they're like it's
exactly.
It's inhuman. I don't know why. Because like I can't even do a flare chop with this hand. It's so stupid. It's terrible.
I feel like the only thing that this could be used for is if you wanted to like knock off the self high 5.
But why is that in so many of the Ultimates? Like those hands, like they're useless. They are ultimately they're useless. Ultimately useless. There you go. Pun intended.
But it's like, why didn't he get like he's always doing why didn't we get a finger, or like even like like you said, like a flare chop. Like if it was just like the regular hand, you could at least do a back chop or backhand or.
They make them. It's not like they don't make the they have. I like they have the Rock thing, but I think I have one. I don't even know. But yeah,
so I just feel like
it's a good figure.
They gave us extra hands, but they don't count because they're garbage.
Right.
Which is why you gotta take points off for things like that.
I agree. All right, so Eric, you know what? Because I have your tab shared still, I am going to jump ahead real quick and hit your number 1. By the way, I love your shirt. I love the Deadpool. Very nice. So here we go. If you don't mind, that was your number 2.
That was 2.
And now here you go. Here is Eric Autumn Knight, King of Turtles, top figure of 2022.
All right, guys, here we are at the number 1 spot. Now, I said one spot wouldn't have multiple figures, and I mean that. Any one of these 4 brothers could actually be the number 1 figure. But I'm choosing the TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze Michelangelo. Mikey gets the number 1 spot because his head sculpt is unbelievable. Somebody at NECA must be a mark for Mikey because he's on this list twice. And it's because his head sculpts are absolutely amazing. When it comes to likeness and deco, it's not just the head sculpt that kills it. The intricate details on the turtle shell, the new holsters for his nunchuck, the new paint app on the front of the shells are all absolutely amazing. For likeness and deco, Mikey gets a 10 out of 10. When it comes to articulation, NECA doesn't disappoint. Once again, NECA has hidden the double-jointed elbows and the double-jointed knees under their protective gear. We even get the updated barbell connectors for the legs at the main body. Articulation gets an 8 out of 10. When it comes to accessories, the 4-pack gives us 3 pairs of additional hands, not counting Raphael's side-holding hand. We also get 4 slices of eaten pizza and a cardboard pizza box detailed inside and out, along with Mikey's combat cold cuts. Accessories get a 7 out of 10 stars. Considering the high level of details and the awesome articulations that's smooth to pose, paired with numerous accessories that are going to make for fun photo shoots, the enjoyment of this figure gets a 9 out of 10 stars, bringing our total to 34 points. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed my top 10 figures. All right, guys, here we are.
Eric, you really killed it. Those reels are really fantastic, man. And
thank you.
You know what, Mikey, even though I was talking about Leo being he is my favorite turtle. But it's all very close. But
that's what I was
Mikey,
saying. It's like it could have been any one of the four. And I'll be honest, I was leaning towards Leo because in the movie, this one's got this really bright blue headband instead of the navy blue from the first movie. His face is really sculpted well, but somebody at NECA loves Mikey because when you look at like his face, they always have like this extra depth to them that make them look like they're 3D. Like you look at some of the others, like we got Raphael, and it's like there's no depth to this face. There's no, you know, they could have chosen any Raphael expression, but we always get the same mean mugging.
Right, the stoic, yep.
Yeah, you know, we got Donatello, and like this is the weirdest, creepiest face I've ever seen. Like he's just looking at something like such a pure disappointment. Like the judging eyes.
Right.
Like you said, like I did get the 4-pack. So what I did is I figured out of all the accessories what could be used with Mikey, and I factored that into accessories. Anything that Donnie used in the movie or Leo used weren't factored in, but like the things like the pizza, everybody can use them. Like I didn't mention that Raphael has the slice of pizza with the hole in it that you can make him, you know, eating the pizza.
Hey,
like,
I will say, I have a question for you. The one thing that really bummed me out about this set is because on the box it has the side pizza, but that it didn't actually have the side pizza.
I don't remember. Like I always thought that came with one, and then
the other 4-pack did. The non-disguised one maybe came with one. One of them did come with it. It exists, but
I feel like it does. I just don't remember.
It's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. I just wish I had one of those side pizzas, man. I
you know what I did to the movie? Like I have the first movie ones, and I wanted to do Raphael eating the pizza. Yeah. What I did is I took a drill bit and I just drilled a hole through it, big enough to fit the side. And you're right, there is a Raphael. It was one of the first wave figures that has it, because I did take a shot of Raphael doing that with the animated stuff.
Dude, I have a couple. You're absolutely right. I have some of that NECA pizza. Number one, I have a million toy pizzas. I don't know who else is in that boat. Please comment along if you have, because I have Mezco pizza, I have NECA pizza, I have Super Action Stuffed pizza, I have Mafex Peter B. Parker pizza. I have so many pizzas. So many different styles.
We get like some tacos or burgers or something.
I mean, I have other stuff too. All right. So I will tell you, those last two, your top two spots, or your top three.
He's eating pizza.
3 and 1. I screwed up. I'm not gonna be experiencing FOMO. I'm going to live through your photos, because the work you do is fantastic. Your dioramas have been like, your shots are just.
The good news is Walmart is selling the 2-packs. So if you miss them on the brothers, you can get them as a 2-pack at Walmart. You'd have to buy 2 of them.
Sure.
It's less expensive than the 4-pack because it doesn't come with
like all the cool stuff.
No, the only thing you don't get is, I think, like the cardboard. Like there's a cardboard pizza box I don't think you get, and they included an insert of I can't read it. The last scene where they had the Vanilla Ice dancing, like whatever that club was, they included this really nice like kind of like background diorama thing.
Yeah, so this is out. I remember Blainer things like doing a thing where he was talking about like the fact that NECA is fully aware of like our community or toy photography, and that was like their first, like, no, this is for toy photographers, and like they purposely thickened it up and to make it a legit dio piece.
Yeah,
so I'm super stoked, and if I see them, I'm gonna scoop them up.
It's a higher quality cardboard, and it folds out to like maybe about 12 inches or so. You can only get that in the VHS pack, which was a pre-sale. But what I'm saying is, like, the 4 turtles are still out at retail. Like, if you want, like,
do you have the dio piece? You have it?
Yeah.
Oh, how is it?
The dio piece comes in, like, it's the size of the box, pretty much.
Is it in there still? Have you busted it out?
I actually used it on a display shelf.
Oh, okay. Is it so? It
I can
looks.
send you.
I mean, is well.
Yeah, I can send you a picture.
Okay, all right. We'll have to check. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to shoot that because I'm gonna be curious. Okay. So that's a great top 10 list, man. Here, let me knock out my last two real quick, and then we can
talk about what we've learned.
Here we go. So let's see. Going back here. So there's my number 3. All right, computer still working. All right. These. I guess if you know me or follow me on Instagram, et cetera, you probably these last two aren't going to be a shock because I've been shooting them a lot. And more Spidey. So more Spidey at number 2. I still need to do a review. That's kind of like I have a lot of singular reviews I want to do of like the more premium stuff, but the bottom line is like Mafex to me has solved a lot of like any kind of like little QC things that made me more nervous about them at one point. You know, like I had a few, I enjoyed them, but I was very, fragile with everything. And I kind of skipped a lot of the comic stuff that they were doing on both sides, Marvel and DC. And when I knew that they were doing a black suit Spidey, I was like, okay, let me just get it and then I'll figure out. And I've been really into it. Now it made me excited. I'm getting the actual comic re-release version now. So again, this is like the year of Yimbo buying like 15 to 25 Spider-Man. I have no idea how many I bought. It's really bad. Last year I did a top 10 of just Spider-Man figures that I purchased again, like in 2021. I think I'm gonna have to do that again because it's so many. But I love this figure. I love that. Thanks to again Machu Toys for giving me the idea to pop on like the Peter B, like Mafex head, so that you can get that look to it. It's amazing. It has like the symbiote neck that can swap out, and it's fragile, not fragile. This one doesn't feel as fragile, but I am always more nervous posing this guy. So like he'll still be, on the like I'll be on the couch, we're watching whatever Netflix show, and I'm there trying to pose this guy up. But it is definitely I'm more cautious than I am with Legends or Sentinel. And I definitely would not put this guy in I don't even want to hand this to my kids because I'm just be nervous about it. But I love him. I love him. And I really think Mafex has continued to step up their game now I got to see it firsthand. So now coming in number 2, another Spider-Man, another one. And for my last one, I can't believe it. Just like Machu, going back to Machu. And here we go. Let's see. Peter B head will look great on the comic version we'll get to. I will be doing that, my friends. Happy New Year, Dave. What's going on, buddy? I saw your Instagram live before. And then, wait, Eric, did I tell you this? Donatello looks a bit constipated. That was from Cody.
It's the weirdest head. Like he just.
I know. Well, so here we go. So this was literally my last. It was my last pile of loot of 2022. It came in days before, came in this week or last week. I don't even know. Right before Christmas, and I was like, you know what? It was only 4 figures, and I was like, there's going to be a potential figure of the year in there. And for me, it was. So my top figure of the year, going again back-to-back Mafex, man. I had avoided them again just because my Peter B, my original one, I had issues with the elbow. I was always so nervous handling it. My Batman and Joker are definitely like better. But then I don't know. I just skipped the Mafex stuff for so long. But my man, this is like the Hulk. He's so big and buff that I don't have to worry about this guy like posing him or moving him. You know what I mean? Like he's just, and everything is just looks great. I don't know. He's just the best. And he only came with 2 head sculpts. I wish he did come with more, but it was just this. But he has a battle damaged, and that's like you need a battle damaged head. I wish every toy company give me
blood.
Three is always perfect. Stoic and expression, and then battle damaged. Like it should be a norm now across.
You know what I've noticed about
that's my hope.
You know what I noticed about that list is that there's no side eyes in that list.
There are no side eyes. That is correct. No side eyes. And you know what? Like it was still really, really hard picking. Like there were a lot. This was a great year for toys. I mean, like it was to the point where we all stressed ourselves out by buying too many of them. Like it was that good of a year. So this was really tough for me. I never had the Hush Batman or the Hush Superman that everyone loved, and I never got him. And I would see him at cons, and I just at that point, like I said, I was like, me, dude, he's great. Like I don't have to worry about the pegs. The cape is good, but the pegs are massive. Here it is. So I don't have to like worry about it being skimpy and breaking off. It's all smooth. The joints are smooth, but the cape, dude, like
it looks so dynamic.
I mean, I love any Superman cape. Like my Reeves. Give me classic. Give me you know what I mean? I need the symbol on the back. So this was awesome. And dude, it's so much to it. There's so much to it. It can do so much. And then it can just crumple down. Like it literally came out of the box like, oh, it's so good. So that's my figure of the year. He showed up literally like, now, am I being blinded by the new? Probably. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm sure this is like because he's the new hotness and I love him. But this is the Superman that now I can use against Thanos and my legends. And this is the one. Like, if I want to go MCU, I have my Mezco Reeve to mess with, like that's my Superman. If I want to go comic books, Marvel, DC, now I have my Superman. That's how I look at it. So I have my, so that's it. We did it, Eric.
We did.
We made it through, even with technical difficulties and the computer crashing and everything else. But here he goes. Let's see. Lago Figs, dude, you have to get the Cyborg Superman. I know. That's out now too.
I've seen pics of that. That one
looks really great. Lights, camera, action figures. George took a picture of the Mafex Cyborg with Terminator. Spectacular. And then he got featured on Extreme Sets because it's like, it's awesome. So go check that out. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the Cyborg because then it becomes how many versions of Superman do I need? For my photography.
You have to outnumber Spider-Man so you can do a picture of 1 versus 1, 15 versus 15.
Well, dude, you know what I want to do now? This is so silly. I was telling Dan, the Captain 1134, last night. I was like, I know I'm not like a Fortnite fan, but I bought this Fortnite figure. It was this one of the double Chaos Agent guys, whatever. So I have now 4 Fortnite figures, and I don't play the game. But I do know that in Fortnite, there's like Dragon Ball and Batman and Marvel and all sorts of crazy stuff. So now I want to have like my Fortnite guys go up against Superman and Goku, and I'm just going to start doing weird stuff again when I have the time to set up a stupid shot, which I want to do. By the way, I'm going to leave you all with a Trevor 1/6 shooter toy photography tip. So Trevor today, when he was discussing, and again, if he put it up on his account, I highly recommend you all go check it out too. So he was talking about this, like he was setting up a shot, and what he does, which I have been doing in reverse, is I will set up my scene in my Dio. Like I'll get really like, especially when I want to do like a big, like when I did my Cobra taking over Imbonia, like just like all these figures, 20 figures out. Like I love setting up the scenes, but sometimes I end up shooting a bunch of stuff and it all turns out like poop, so that I can't use it. So what Trevor does, and this is my advice, like it works for him and he's awesome. So I'm gonna try it. Is he gets the framing of the scene in the camera. And then he starts to place in the figures for the composition with the setting. So I'm going to try that out. I'm going to try to do a camera setup and flip it around. I know I've heard him say that before, and I didn't. I still was resistant. I'm going to try it now.
I normally start with the figure, like posing it, getting the.
That's what I'm saying. Me too. Right.
And then I'll get the figure, and then I just kind of like mess around with accessories, and then I get the camera. Get the depth of field and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm the same way. I've always been posing and set the figures up and then try to get the angles and everything. But like he was saying, I don't know. Like that's the way he's. I'm gonna try it because He's really good at this. So I'm gonna say, because I've heard that so many times, not just from like, I know I've heard this from him before, but it really makes me want to try it now, because you can really try out any of those compositional techniques, because there's so many outside of the rule of thirds, as you know, like you're Mr. Art School, right? Like, you know your stuff. I know. So like, you can really then place everything, as opposed to like I said so many times, I'll set up a scene and then I go for the angles and I'm like, I can't get the, like, nothing's getting right. Oh no. And then I try to move something and it'll fall over and then I get mad. You know? Like, so I'm going to try it out.
I want to ask you, since you went through all of these figures, you had to get reacquainted to some of them, reacquainted to the articulation and which figures you kind of left on the cutting room floor. What did you learn from all this? Like, what are you gonna take from this when you move to 2023 and your buying habits and what you like, what you don't like?
Oh, well, that's all right. So a huge thing I'm doing is, and I've made this joke, you know, many times before, but it's not. I wish it wasn't a joke. I have been a guy that's gotten now, like, when you burned by clearance prices. Let me just put it that way. I have pre-ordered. I've done the due diligence. I've been a good boy consumer. I've done all of the things for 2022. I've waited 6 months, a year, 2 years for a figure. I've done all of these things. Right? I've paid early. They've taken my money and like all of that stuff. I've done it all. I'm over it. Not in like I'm not gonna be mad about it, but like, I don't want to redo what I did this past year, which was, again, leaving it to the shipping gods to determine when this stuff is going to show up. And then, like, we were just, we were just constantly like, oh no, they're charging this now. This is coming early. It was supposed to be 3 months. You know, like, it's been bananas. So, like, I'm very comfortable with my collection. I'm always going to want more because there's always new stuff coming out, but I'm comfortable with where I am, where I can really assess the stuff that's been, you know, stagnant and dusty. You know, if I don't see them as a paint use, you know, like if I haven't used them, it's like you said, if it hasn't brought me joy, if it's been sitting on a shelf for a year, you know, like, then maybe it's time to see if I can move him on to a happier home, you know, and then I'm trying to focus on
Spider-Man.
Not just it wasn't just supposed to be Spider-Man, but no, like, I mean, like, Trevor, going back to Trevor, like I love Mythic Legions, dude. I am all in on, like, Mythic Legions is going to be, I know they didn't make, because I've just really started cracking more of them open, but like, this is not how this figure comes. This is from the Furious 4. Like, I finally opened that up from the Legion Con exclusive, and then this is the Magnus head, and I just, you know, like, I threw a cape on and I swapped these two things, and I just wanted to make a real badass Magnus. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff about Mythics, so I'm gonna stick with Mythics for a while. Not for a while. Like, I'm into Mythics. Mezco's always a thing, but again, I'm picky and choosy now. Mafex, it's all picky and choosy. That's what I've learned. I learned that I definitely, you know, have to be financial. I joked how many times about being fiscally irresponsible. I have to be fiscally responsible now, and yeah, that's it. I don't know, man. It was a learning experience, right? Aren't we supposed to learn? Like, I can't like exactly name. What about you? I've been rambling on.
I think it was just a horrible year. I think there was a lot of FOMO. I think there was a lot of just emotional purchases.
Oh my God, so yeah.
Going through all the stuff that I didn't pick made me start to think, like, did I need this? Did I want this? Why was I stressed about this? I haven't even opened it. Like, I kind of just have the mentality of going in, like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, I don't have to buy everything right now. You know, wait, get the stuff that I can, like, you know, the stuff that you. I'm not saying I'm not going to pre-order, but I do feel like everything comes around.
Yes.
And just not stressing out about it and not going like all in, like, for everything, and not being worried, I'm not going to be able to find this. And, you know, like, there are certain things, like, obviously, like, if I want to stick with the turtles, Anything at Walmart is going to be a pre-order if it's available on the NECA store. That's a given. I'm not like, because Walmart is a crap distributor. They don't understand what they have in their clients, and the way they distribute, like, this store gets 50 and this store gets 2 doesn't make any sense.
I know.
And
I'm with you.
So I'm not going to trust anything that goes to them. So if a company does make it available directly, $15 is worth it.
I hear you.
But as for like everything else, like all the wrestling figures, like how many times did I like have to get the pre-order just for them to drop to like $6?
I know, dude. I was just in Target this weekend, and there was Shira and Hordak from the Masterverse, like the Motu, and I still haven't unboxed them from when I purchased them at full price, and they were like $12 each. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna buy another and I'm not good about, like, I need to be better. I know you can play. I think actually I don't know if Go Figure Grow is still, but I'm pretty sure I saw, was it him? But somebody was posting something about returning and like being like on top of Target and like playing that game where you can buy it and then return something when you get the clearance price. Like he's been on top of that. I haven't, and I need to, like, and that's where, like, I need to be better. I'm trying to be more like Deals Yimbo as opposed to just.
Well, that's the other thing that I learned is just because something's on clearance doesn't mean I need to get it. Like that Harley Quinn,
I know.
Like I think a lot of people, they think of it like, for like what Ultimate's like 35 now or something. Like, this is a $35 figure and it's 10% off right now. I have to, and it's like, to me, it's like, do I want it or not? If this figure drops to $5, I'm not going to. I mean, this one I would. You know what I mean? Like if it's a character that I don't like or don't want or won't photograph, I don't care what the price is. It's not worth the shelf space. The shelf space in here has a value too. Feeling like cluttered with the boxes and the shelf of the stuff. It's just like, if it's not something that I'm going to enjoy, I don't care what the price is. I'm not getting it. That's it. Like, I feel like a lot of us give in to because they just drop the prices to get them out. Like we end up buying stuff we don't want, and then we're looking at them doing our end of the year and like, why did I buy this? Why did I buy this? And it's just like, just being, keeping, like, not assigning value to them monetarily, but assigning value on, do I want it?
Well, I made my first mistake, but technically it was at the end of 2022, so I'm not too mad at myself. But yeah, like I posted that I finally scored like a Target clearance deal. I got 2 figures for $19 and change. There was the Fortnite figure for $12, which I convinced myself I can use as like part of my suit gang with my Kingpin and like my Jigsaw and all those guys. So I was like, all right, that one I can do. And then I bought Speedball because he was $6. But now he's just taking up shelf space, like in a box, because I haven't opened him yet. Because I'm like
I've seen people taking reels of going to Target, and I guess like all the Legends or something, like the Marvel Legends were like on clearance for like $5 or something. People are buying like 6 of them or 10 of them. Like, look how many I bought, and they're showing their receipt, like a mile-long receipt.
So that's the type of thing where I'm like fed up with, because I literally bought Speedball out of spite for those people. Because like, I don't know, I'm serious, because I told you, I've been burned a million times at this point. I can't tell you how many times I've seen something I bought at full price from Target drop down 50% off or less, like where I'm just like, awful. But like when it drops to that, who's going in? But like I passed on M'Baku. He was $12, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna, if he was $6, like $7, okay, I'll get M'Baku because he's awesome. Like that, I love Black Panther. I didn't get to see Wakanda Forever yet, but he's M'Baku. I love him. But $12 is like, no, like again, shelf space. I was like, for 12, and then like I swear, if they're gone, that'll be like, who goes in to buy 8 M'Bakus for $12?
Oh no, I wasn't saying like people were buying.
Are you talking about that, or talking about, what are you saying? Is it one person buying like, multiple, or I'm confused?
Like they weren't buying like 8 of the same figure, but they were like buying 1 of every figure. Because their
Oh,
store had like 6 or 7 or 12 figures. It's like I
okay.
got him and I got him and I got him, and it's like, were you expecting to buy these? Were you keeping your eye on them? Waiting, you know what I mean? Like it's like they just bought
Right,
them because the price was low, but they just
right,
bought like a whole 2 bags full of figures that they weren't. I can't say they weren't expecting
right,
to get, but it's just, to me, it's just like when you buy that many, you're buying because of the price, not necessarily because of, like would you have gone in there and bought that many if they were at full
right.
value, or are you just thinking like this is like I just feel like people say this is a X dollar figure and I got it
Sure.
for X, and in reality, what is it like? The only value these things have is what they're worth to us, and
Right,
if we're ever going to sell them, what the next person is willing to pay.
right.
So I don't look
Fair
at it
enough.
as a $20 or a $30 or a $10 or a $5 figure. It's just, is this going to bring me enjoyment regardless of the price?
And that's what I was saying. I'm glad I did that before 2023. That was my last like little like net. And it was also because I could make excuses all day. I was doing a toy home with my daughter. Like I was taking her out to 3.5. It was really cute.
Are you
Like,
going to shoot it?
what's up?
Are you going to shoot it though?
Speedball. I see. That's the thing. Like I just maybe, but like I don't have like I have more X-Men and mutants that I'd rather shoot than Speedball. Like that was like that was a tricky purchase. But like I said, it was out of spite. But that was it. I don't want to live my life out of spite or do it. I don't want to do things in that way.
That's not a
So
Yimbonian message.
I know that's what I'm saying. So it was more of like, oh, I can get a legend for $6. Like finally, like that's what I mean. It wasn't like out of spite. It wasn't like nasty. It was just
I
more like,
beat the system.
yeah, like finally I get one. I get one at $6, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, I go home and I'm like, why?
But
Same
when
thing.
does
Why
this
did I do
one?
this? Like, why did I do that one? So, I mean, I'm gonna hang on to it. He'll just be in the shelf. He'll be in that stack of legends that I haven't touched yet. But that's okay. Yeah, and like I said, I'll hang on to him. And if I ever feel the need to shoot him, I won't spoil. He's a really cool character, though. So the CWO, my friend Carlos, he sometimes comes in the chat over here. He had sent me on a TikTok of someone describing the backstory, and I totally forgot about Speedball. And he was actually very big in the events of the Marvel Civil War comic storyline. Like he was in the thing. Do you remember that at all? Did you read that at any point?
I didn't read them, but I remember the character.
Okay. Basically, yeah, like it all really starts because he's part of this like reality show superhero teen team that jumps some bad guys, and one guy literally blows up a town, and he's the only survivor. So like his story goes super dark and crazy, and it's like really sad. But he was like really just it's just a messed up story. Go check out Speedball's backstory. It's really fascinating. It's messed up. All right, let's check the chat since we're all done with our top 10 lists. You know what? All right, so Trevor's asking for a recap. Trev, I don't know if you're still in here, but real quick, I'll give you my top 10 real fast, and then I will run through Eric's over. I will show you his 10 through his reels. So one last time, everyone. So my top figure, again, whether it's just out of the newness, is the Mafex Dark Knight Superman. Absolutely love this figure. Number 2, Mafex again, Black Suit Spider-Man. Number 3, Figure Arts Buzz Lightyear. Number 4, Sentinel Peter B. Parker. Number 5 is the Felix Toys Inkblot / Rorschach figure. Mezco Atticus Doom is number 6. This is the standard version. I know they just came out the Necroverse, but I stuck with my standard. Number 7 is Marvel Legends Daredevil from the 3-pack with Bullseye and Elektra. Number 8, the TMNT NECA Turtles in Disguise Leonardo came in for me at number 8. Number 9, G.I. Joe Classified Outback. And number 10 is my custom Solar Suit McFarlane Superman. My super Yimbo. And then let me just show your Instagram reel page real quick. So for Eric, I will suggest checking out. He also, like I said, checking these out. He has an awesome honorable mentions, but for his, he had. Well, do you want to run through them? You could tell here. They're up on there.
Oh, I can't read my cell phone. That's
then I got you, Eric. All right. Your number 10 was the SH Figure Arts Black Widow from Infinity War. Figure Arts number 9, Deadpool Figure Arts number 8, Doctor Strange. Number 7 was your, which Elite was it? The Elite.
It was the greatest hits, I think. Greatest hits.
Yeah, okay. So like classic rock attitude era. Number 6 was Mummy Mikey from NECA. Number 5, Figure Arts Hulk. Number 6. Wait, that was 5. No, number 4. What was 4? Iron Man. Sorry. Yes. I didn't mean to yell. Figure Arts Iron Man. There's a lot of Figure Arts, as we've heard. Oh, wait. 5. Oh, that's right. There it is. 4 Iron Man. 3 is the NECA, the Turtles 2 accessory sets. Oh, so good. Number 2 was Ultimates, Macho Man, NWO. And number 1 is the Michelangelo from the TMNT2 new pack, the VHS pack. Whew.
I just want to say, Mikey is on here twice, but he's not my favorite.
Fair. It's fair. It's fair. Hey, Machu is, I don't know if you guys know this, but since we are in January of 2023, it's not too late to hit up 1/6 Shooter. I know he was selling some beautiful, I didn't mean that, like, they're beautiful calendars. So you can get a calendar of his work. And I literally commented the other day, I was like, he can do it. Every single one is a work of art. You could hang it in a museum, you know? So seriously, like, that's so awesome. I probably have to go buy one too. But anyway, Trevor's selling calendars. It's pretty cool. And let's see. Lago Figs, I believe Boog sets the frame first. All right. So see, I'm going to try it out, man. I'm going to definitely give it a shot. The Dork Side debacle taught me not to pre-order so much. That's a very good point. See, I'm glad we're running through the chat right now. So Matt, thank you. Macho Toy. Because did you ever? I never bought from Dork Side. Did you?
No.
Yeah. All right. So like, but that made, you know, that's like that was a nerve-wracking thing. Some people got burned. A lot of people got burned. Cody, it's why I prefer pre-orders that only charge when it ships. Yes, I do always appreciate the charging when it ships. Every Spider-Man.
Sometimes they ship early or ship late, and it's like I'm just worried about when it's gonna hit the bank.
Yes, and this is another, Matt. This is another great goal, man. Create more, buy less. I know that I've been shifting into that create first mentality. And I've been leaning, you know, like, again, pictures, I have taken a little bit of a back seat because I don't know if you realize, like, or noticed that I've been, like, going real heavy. Nothing's, like, popped off on me yet, but you got to shoot your shot, right? So I've just been going hard in reels right now, which...
That's one of the things that I've been figuring, like, going through all this stuff, seeing all the accessories that Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Deadpool came with. I'm like, dude, I could be taking so many more shots of these figures, and I just post them and put them on the shelf. I'm like, going through this video, you know, going through and picking them and reassessing what they came with and what they look like made me appreciate them more and feel like I need to shoot this figure more. I've been neglecting this figure.
I agree, and man, like when I look just to my left, like this is my Mezco shelf over here. Like, what am I doing? I haven't shot a Mezco in like a long time. I gotta get on it. I literally pulled him down again, like debating him or Atticus, my Spuddy 2099. And I'm all hyped with the trailer, you know, like for Into the Spider-Verse. I want to do some more stuff with him and Miles, so I just have to do it. Like
I can't believe that's like an honorable mention. Like just looking at that, I'm like, wow, I'm kind of interested.
I know, man. It's, you know what, for me, what would have really, like, this hurts. Like straight, I've said it many, many times, but like I'm so nervous about this because number one, it really genuinely hurts, and I don't want it to snap and catch, which it already did today. Like it caught my pants and like got pulled off the little table I have next to me, but it was fine. But like I worry about that. I do wish, as cool as this little wired cape is, it's not really as awesome as advertised. You know, like it kind of looks cool like this, but when you have it in hand, I'm nervous about it. Like I don't want to pull like out I don't know, have anything happen to it. Like that's my Mezco fear.
Yeah.
You know, again, delicate. That's why I like to have a good mix of like the stuff I can beat up a little bit, and then the stuff that like I have to be in a mood to shoot these, and that's what I'm trying to get back into. Like wanting to
just take a lot of time to finesse.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's, well, especially like Atticus, and you said with Iron Man, like all of these things. When you start going up, you know, the price point, and you get these premium figures, like yeah, the possibilities of photography are infinite. But some of these take like 20 or 30 minutes to get right because of the pop in this, and you got to be careful here, and you got to, you know, like, so it's a time commitment.
The Iron Man one, all those shoulder pieces, like I'm trying to pose them and like they fall out, or if he falls over, they'll fall out, and you got to put them back in. And that's kind of why I don't shoot a lot of the Iron Man, because those shoulder pieces are so loose, whether it's the no guns or with guns, they're just so they just don't stay in place like I feel like they should, and I just don't really want to mess with it. Like the amount of time that it puts in to get one shot isn't really worth it. Which, when it goes down to enjoyment, gets put, further down the list.
Well, Eric, this is a good. So this is Lagofix. So he said, so we go to the same Target. So I know that they had this ton of Masterverse guys, right? So just got King Grayskull for half off today. I've been waiting for his price to drop. Yes, it was him. It was Sheer. It was a Hordak. It was somebody else over there too. Was it Trapjaw? Like they all dropped to half price. So this is something I learned today, Eric. You were asking this. That was a really great question, and now a light bulb clicked for me. So when you were going over the Ninja Turtle stuff, this is what I learned. Like, I feel like I've kind of defeated the FOMO. Like I had the initial impulse, and I've said it, of like, oh my God, what was I doing passing on this? But in reality, I can tell myself as like we finish up this conversation, like I have the first movie set, you know, like I have my cartoon and I have my movie set. Like I'm not saying they're not awesome, but I'm like, so that's it. I think talking ourselves out of stuff is also going to be healthy. I know we've said that before. Like we don't always have to enable each other to buy. We can enable each other to create. We can enable each other to not spend the money on something. No, like question, each other. Like I'm saying, as a community of collectors, like we could just like, well, like where are you? I know the Toy Daddies, we've done it plenty of times. Like, Toy Father and No Chewing, they had a great like scale when they were doing what's in the box, like. But it's true. If we have that, as opposed to like, yo, Eric, you gotta get to, like we can have those kind of conversations.
I think the thing that gets me is when I watch like the Toy Daddies and I watch your channel when it's, you're just doing a review, seeing someone's enthusiasm about something just sells it without them trying to.
I know. And like I said,
I know
it's like I love, like I'm holding this now, and I'm not trying to get you all like, but like seriously, I love this figure. I love it. Like, and the more I start playing around with it, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta shoot this guy. But I will do a better job on my show too, of even if I'm excited, just being like, but remember, if you're not super into, Miguel, you don't have to get him. You can pass. I'm going to talk a lot more about the stuff like passing, I think too. Passing on, just for myself. Again, it would just be more of like, I'll be a voice saying it's okay that I skipped this thing. Do whatever you want to do. Again, I'll always tell you, I'm never going to tell you how to spend your time, how to tell your money, your energy. I appreciate, and that's it. Living in appreciation. That's what I'm saying. Like going back to the turtle comment, I appreciate the toys that I have. So if you live out of that gratitude and appreciate, like I'm appreciative of this collection I've been able to build, that does help tamper down that FOMO.
I think when it comes to the FOMO is to kind of know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously being a Turtles fan, I knew what I was looking at when I saw the accessory pack online. Right. Like I knew what it was. I knew what the availability was going to be. I know how the company works.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, to a degree, like they said it was a NECA store exclusive. That doesn't mean they can't reprint it, but it means it's not going to show up in stores.
Right.
So I felt comfortable. Like I have to get this.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to the Target stuff, it's kind of like, well, there's like 5 Targets around here. Somebody always has something, like maybe I don't have to go all in and get it right away and pay the $15 shipping fee for something that I could find at Target and maybe use a coupon
on. I hear you, man. Hey, look, this is going to be, like I said, I am excited. I'm excited because I feel like what I see online, and again, I look for the positive. Here's a quick, like, I know that in Yimbo Buys Everything, we kind of talk about a lot of different stuff. A quick movie recommendation that literally I feel like I'm the last to like get around to it. But I finally watched with my wife this week. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It's like people have been saying it's one of the top movies of the year. It was recommended, I think, by Toy Father and No Chewing a while back when it was on Hulu, and I just watched it on Showtime. Man, it does like Dan last night said, "Oh, I heard it does the multiverse better than Doctor Strange." True, it's a multiverse movie. Dude, It is spectacular. I feel like it's like required viewing to be a resident of planet Earth in terms of how we should treat each other. And when I tell you I connected with Wayman, the husband, so much throughout the movie, but especially at the end. So if you watch it, like that's where I believe, I'm going to still, blow the horn of kindness, leading with kindness and being nice to each other. And if you just don't like a person, then you don't have to be around them. And that's it. You don't have to. You don't just. That's it. You just remove yourself from the toxicity, or you remove blah blah. But the point is, like, lead with kindness, being nice to people, because God, every single human issue that we face comes down to like you're not putting yourself in that other person's shoes. You're not thinking of another person's perspective. Like where they're coming.
Most people
like,
do that.
Single one, and it's like, oh. Just be empathetic. So watch that movie, everybody. It is such a badass, awesome, just action, but action multiverse, but then just, man, hits you in the emotions and hits you in the feels. And that's why I can't recommend the movie enough. I hope everybody goes to check it out. And like I said, if you think of me in this recommendation, like one of the big speeches that the husband gives is just... It's awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, so I'm hopeful for humanity. I'm hopeful for 2023. I'm hopeful for, good people continuing to try to put good in the world and spread the smiles and all that type of stuff, man. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Remember, like you and I had both been, again, April, getting beat up, getting miserable. We were toy miserable. Like we made ourselves toy miserable, but we've now come out of that. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't our fault, by the way. It was NECA's fault.
It was everyone.
It was the holothon's fault. God, that holothon really was the worst idea. It was NECA, and then who else? Was it NECA after somebody? Was it after the Pulse thing? Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, because I think people were buying like the Hiss at the same time or something.
Oh my God. It was so much. Or like there was all of these Legends drops. Like I think the Spider-Man, like the 3 cents. It was it was a lot. And that's the thing. Yeah. That's okay. Like I'm saying, we've now gone at it. We've learned. We can get like you said, you made a great point. Something like the NECA stuff, if that is your wheelhouse, if that's where you're gonna get it and you're gonna have the best time ordering. You're right. I should have ordered the set from them at that point. But I made the mistake of pre-ordering a bunch of other stuff that now I could probably find elsewhere. You know what I mean? So, but I can live and learn, and that's it. Now I know.
That's how I prioritize it. Is what is the probability of finding this in the future?
Yeah,
like, that is kind of what motivates the now. If I think I can find it, then like for example, that Raw ring that I missed out on, that I'm like livid about. Like I thought Ringside, they didn't advertise that very well. They just said pre-orders are up. They didn't say that. Pre-orders were from X date to X date, and then it's a finite number. No, they just put pre-orders up, and I kind of figured it's going to, like everything else, comes in stock, and then you can buy it when it's in stock.
Right.
And I didn't want to pre-order something, pay up front. Like I wanted to wait till it was going to ship. I don't like the idea of paying for something and waiting 6 months for it to ship, where I can wait till January, you get it in, I pay for it, it shows up within 7 days. And they kind of pulled it, and I was like livid about that. So now I know how they work.
Exactly. We see it's a lot of learning. Oh, look at this. Oh wait, hold on. So Cody, he becomes penance. This is going back. I apologize with the chat how I always have to kind of like call back to a previous little thing, but this is Speedball. Speedball becomes penance, and you are absolutely right. And that's what I mean. It's a dark backstory, but he's awesome. Trev, I hope you heard me address this. I did have Perp Lore on my alternates list. I had a Magnus too that I could easily, I just hadn't opened enough at that point. Like my list next year is going to be chock full of mythic and cosmic legions. And Spidey. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Spidey riding a bunch of mooses. Meese. It's going to be. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Inkblot and Mavic Spidey are excellent. Yes. Hey, Pablo's in the house. Let's go to Pablo's toy box. He said Atticus is a great figure. I'm with you. Updated Doc Nocturnal because I don't have the red or the black, and I refuse to try to track him down for like Grail eBay prices. So he will be one that I will probably try to get at some point.
That's another lesson: being comfortable with holes in your collection.
Yeah, right. That's good. That's what I'm saying. Like I really think if we can all just focus on just helping each other out. That's all. Just like, but Sidecutter, see, like Theodore Sidecutter looks amazing, but like I'm comfortable again, not to be like just for me. I didn't need that version of the character, but he is super delicate, and he had like this elbow joint. Just so you know, Pablo. There was it in our group chat? I can't remember, man. But somebody had swapped out Reveltech joints in Theodore Sidecutter's elbows. So it's much firmer and maybe a little bit of drilling and tweaking. But Cody said we can enjoy the toys through each other's content and not have to buy them ourselves. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Like so many of the turtle stuff I've been enjoying through Eric, your stuff, and now like listening to Cody talk about those new toys. Like it was great. Like I loved hearing him talk about the Van Helsing. What is it? The Van Helsing Splinter, right?
Yeah.
And like watching one of his videos talking about that, I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like I'm good. Like it was nice. I was like, all right, like I can enjoy it. Let's see. Elbrix, that movie is so yes. All right, good. So you guys know it. You know it. That movie's incredible. Excellent. That movie's a real multiverse of madness. Absolutely. Dude, it is just mind-blowing. My high school classmate worked on the After Effects in that movie. So, Eric, I'm telling you, man, everything, everywhere, all at once. Like, so good. It's so good. It's going to be a 4 Horsemen year in 2023. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Like, next week's show, I'm talking about Mythic Legions, man. I finally did it. I cracked open my Furious 4 from the Legions Con. So I'm going to be going over those guys. I finally busted open my Moose. So yeah, it's going to be I'm telling you, dude. Eric, don't stay in your lanes. Stay in your lanes. You're good. You're very good in your lanes. You have 3 excellent lanes.
No, I've seen people taking pictures of that new St. Nicholas figure and the Mythic Legions Moose. And I'm like, no, don't do it, dog. It's just not worth it.
Dude, you know what? I did post a picture of that Santa Claus, and that's just because Detour Customs, my friend Steph that I had on here for an interview recently, sent it to me as a gift because he's the best. And he, again, is a light in this world, and you're awesome, Steph. So thank you again for that Santa. That was, Eric, when my voice, oh my God, Steph! I sent him a video like when I opened the box because I he's a customizer. I was like, thought he was gonna get some custom stuff and I crack it open, and I'm just like, oh, I sound like Paul Bear. Like I wanted to give him my immediate I literally just opened this box and I am so appreciative of your friendship and that you thought of me and that to hook me up with that. So that was really awesome, but. Yeah, I mean it's cool, but like that. Then the Headless Horseman, that figure's awesome. It's going to be on so many people's top 10 lists, if not near the top. My wife was like, "You're going to shoot it once in October. Can you not spend that much money?" And I was like, "Okay," and I did it. Now I'm like, I can enjoy it through everybody's work, and then I'll probably end up getting it at ToyCon in October when Mythic's there. We'll see.
The thing is just prioritizing September.
Exactly.
So they're available in October.
Yeah. See, I can start you're with me, Eric. You got it. Let's see. Machu Toys. Kit Back Custom. That's who it was. Thank you very much, Machu Toy. I do really try. So that's why I really appreciate when my brain is usually sharp with being able to name people, but that helps a lot because I do like to give credit where credit's due. So thank you very much. That's Kit Bash Customs. That was awesome. Pablo, that moose is awesome, dude. I can't wait. I know it's awesome, but it's still in box. I know, Eric. Don't look. Close your eyes.
The moon.
And there you go. Right, you could borrow it, Eric. There we go. That was borrowed.
You gotta photograph Macho Man riding the moose.
That would be. Oh man, that would be. Really
you haven't opened the Macho either, and those seamless shirts are worth it. Plus, you don't want your torso. You don't want your torso getting like black. You have to. I mean, it doesn't. I'm just messing with you.
Oh no! So Pablo, so you did end up getting him. So you had the broken arm. That stinks. But this is why. All right, so Eric, so not that you're trying to dabble in Mezco, but you will pay. It's very similar to NECA, where you're paying like a $15 shipping fee, but by ordering it through them directly, they have reward points, whatever. But the biggest thing is that if within 10 days, if anything happens, they will replace or fix the issue like instantly. Whereas like Big Bad, you're at the whim of their stock. Like they will be great. Like Big Bad Toy Store has always done me right with like only a couple of times ever, but they've backed up like premium figures that have gone wrong. But that's not always the case. And what if the thing is out of stock? Then SOL. You know what I mean? So that's again a perk of, like you said, knowing like you're gonna get it, blah blah blah. All that things.
Yeah.
And then that's so huge. I believe Four Horsemen are also the ones who did a lot of the Super 7 TMNT sculpts. They are talented individuals. Seriously, their sculpt work. That's all I want to do is take portraits of these beautiful figures. They are awesome. But yeah, Trev, I don't know if you saw my little Magnus kit bash, but all of Mythic is kit bash. But yeah, see, he was on my alternates list. And gorgeous figure. Oh, Eric, this has been a blast, man. Chat, This has been an absolute blast. Thank you all, seriously, for hanging out this whole time through technical difficulties. I think we're now at like probably 3 hours over the 2 episodes, but that's awesome. I don't have school tomorrow, fortunately. Thankfully, they're respecting the federal holiday. Thankfully, so I get one more day to chill with the family and the kiddies, and so I'll get back to work on Tuesday. So this has been good. That's why I wasn't rushing. I love this, Eric. This is awesome, man. I told you we are gonna have back on, man. I told you. This is great.
I was just like waiting to figure out what's wrong with my camera because I don't want to use my laptop camera. Like I look at that last video and I'm just like, ugh. It's like my picture quality was like 320p or something, or I don't know. I was just like,
well, this whole second one has been on my laptop camera as opposed to my webcam because I was like, well, I'm just happy we're back and there's people that are watching. So like, let's just roll with it. But I know what you're saying, dude. You look great tonight. You looked great. We all worked out. We tested our technical, things before. Thank you, Jace. Here to support the boys. That's what we're talking about. Showing up for the boys. But yeah, so Eric, anything else you want people to know or plug or anything?
I like turtle.
Well, I'll do it for you then. So please, everyone, Eric is autumn_night_, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So go check him out. If you go to my Yimbo Reviews Everything Instagram, I have a post there that's shared on both of our pages, so he's very easy to find. I do highly recommend checking out Eric's account. That's why I was trying to showcase his reels and his work. His photography is fantastic. His dial work is fantastic. And now he has a ton of accessories to really put my shots to shame. So Eric is good making dioramas. Yeah, he is, man. That's what I'm saying. He's really, that house, that Halloween house that you made, jeez. Just, it was epic. You've been killing it. So Thank you so much, my friend, for coming on. This has been an awesome way to kick off like a new year of toys for us in 2023, man. And just like I said, keep being another beacon of positivity and support, and just we're all here for each other. And I think that's the most important thing is to remember that, we're all people just trying to lift each other up, help each other out, be there for each other.
I appreciate you having me. Yeah,
man, of course. You're the best. We had such a blast. That's what I'm saying. We're going to keep doing more. We'll keep doing more of these guys. And again, I'm going to put out there. So I haven't said this once this episode. Please hit the like button. If you've been watching and enjoying along, please hit that like button. If you are catching us on a replay, thank you very much for listening
either
to
of the two replays.
Yeah, either of the two replays. That is right. Thank you very much for listening to the two of us talk about toys. And if you are, again, here live now, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Well, not just gentlemen. Thank you, everyone who's here tonight. So greatly appreciated. And just thank you. I hope you guys all enjoyed 88 Bigs. Thank you very much, my man. Again, we're setting a date soon for an interview with you. Pablo, my man, dude, we're going to have to interview you too one of these days. Your shots, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff, Pablo. So that's it. Thanks, everybody. This is just two men's journey from the toy aisles or, ordering and shipping on the couch. Order on the couch. But these are our journeys, and thank you all for joining us. And that's it, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Right? It is still Sunday.
Good night.
Sunday night. Bye. Good night, everybody. Bruce.
Good night.